This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience.
Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we're going to be comparing and reviewing the Louis Vuitton Poche Toilette or toiletry pouch 26 size made in France compared to the 26 size made in Spain. Well, hold on, this one is still open. Let me zip it up. And we're going to also touch base on the toiletry pouch or poche toilette 19. And then we got the 15 here as well. The 19 is made in Spain. The 15 is made in France. So that's what we got here. I have my shopping bag still here because I just unboxed them in the other video. If you want to see the unboxing of these beautiful little creatures, I'll post the link in the card section up above, but also in the description box down below. And yeah, there's always time for a good old thumbnail as well, because we love to do our thumbnails for the videos during the videos now, because I think it's kind of cool too. I'll do more later, but you catch the gist. The crazy looks always fit the thumbnails. If you're enjoying this content, thumb up this video and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. You can also push the join button next to the subscription button, become a member today, gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob, all spelled together on Patreon. Thank you to my members and patrons who have already pledged, and thank you to all my co-chatters who are with me live right now. This video is being filmed live. I live stream every Saturday from my main channel. You're all invited to join and partake in these conversations, reviews, unboxings, the thrills and the chills of it all. So I have a wonderful audience and my co-reviewers with me right now in the chat. So you guys, are you ready for the you've been asking for, right? We're gonna do the comparison and the review. So just to let you guys know, so I just purchased now the toiletry pouch 19 made in Spain, and the toiletry pouch 26 made in Spain. Okay, I just got these now. I've just unboxed them in the video prior to this one. A couple of years ago, I purchased the Poche Toilette 26 made in France and the Poche Toilette 15 made in France. So, just to show you again a close-up of the 15. I use this one a lot, so it's starting to patina and get little water stains. I don't mind. I love when these little guys age. So this is made in France. Then we have the first 26 pouch that I got a couple of years ago, also made in France. And now, just now, I came back from Louis today and got the toiletry pouch 19 and 26, both made in Spain. So my sales associate cleared up to me, because I never had a 19 before, that the zipper pull is much longer in comparison to the length of the actual toiletry pouch. On the 19, it's much longer proportion-wise than it would be on the 26. You see how it kind of hangs shorter there, and here it kind of hangs longer. So I thought it had to do, originally I thought, oh, it's because they use the same zipper length on the 19 as they use on the 26, but that's not the case, because as I've showed in my other video, but I'm gonna show it again here, they kind of, see the 26, they both begin here at the same spot, but then the 26 goes longer than the 19. And also the proportions on the 15 are are kind of neat. This thing is not long up to here, but I don't know why they did that. Maybe there is some reason. If somebody knows, let me know in the comment sections or in the chats right now. So the question I've been asked as I was unboxing these was, when Dacob lifted his other pouches that he already has. Now, if you want to know the reason why I got a second 26, the reason is explained in my unboxing video. So you could check out that video to find out the reasons why. There are reasons. This is not just a crazy decision that I've made. Well, it is crazy, but it's justifiable in my mind. So you notice already in the unboxing that there's kind of a difference in how they look or how they reflect the light. Of course, on camera, we can't really touch them. We can't really feel them. We can't really know how it is until we touch them. You know what I mean? And I can tell you, so first of all, I only have, sorry, this bag is in my way. I only have Louis Vuitton products made in France. I've only ever had Louis Vuitton products made in France. The 19 and the 26 Poche Toilettes are the first Louis Vuitton products that I purchased made in Spain. And I was told that made in Spain is really good quality, that made in France might not always be the best of quality when it comes to canvases. They do make some mistakes, and usually made in Spain really delivers on the quality. So I thought to myself, okay, fine. Let's go for it. As the news hit that these bags, that these toiletry pouches, as rumors started to circulate that they're going to be discontinued. And then when Louis Vuitton took them offline, that you couldn't find them on their website anymore. So I contacted my sales associate and said, do you still have the toiletry pouches? Because, you know, it's one of those things I thought are going to exist forever. And since I have two, I mean, I wanted to get the 19 for the longest time. I just never did, because I always thought, it's there. I can get it when, you know, when I really need it, when I start traveling again after the lockdown stops and blah, blah, blah. But so I contacted her and she said, well, yeah, they've been taken offline. And as of now, we're not making them in France anymore. But I might be able to order them for you. I'll put you on the wait list and I'll let you know. If we do ever get them in, they're probably going to be made in Spain. And I was like, at first hesitant, but then I spoke to FOXYLV. Go check her out on Instagram. Amazing lady, super sweet. Has a lot of knowledge on Louis Vuitton. FOXYLV said, Dacob made in Spain, SLGs in particular, are really good. Not just, I think she also meant bags, but. And I thought, okay, I trust you. Okay, let's go for it. Let's try. So a month or so passed after I asked kindly to be put on a waiting list, and I got the call and they arrived, and they are made in Spain. You know, my sales associate said, Dacob, they're not made in France, as we suspected. I was like, okay, let me come in and see. So I come in, I see them, I inspect them. They're wonderfully made. Okay. You know, they're just perfect, like we're used to, like I'm used to from Louis, because I've never really had any stress with Louis. But I noticed that they are softer. So here's my 26 made in France, and here's my 26 made in Spain. You can already see, if we look at them down, this made in Spain is super soft. Oh, Marbrisa Tervin, thank you for subscribing. It's like you can literally fold. You see what I mean? It's floppy. This one, wait, actually it has, to be fair here, I have a little tissue paper in there, but that's all I have in there. I had nothing else in there. Now they're both empty. So let's see the consistency test. Guess which one is made in Spain? This one is made in Spain. It's softer. It's just more pliable. Like, it's literally, you could do much more with it. This one is a bit stiffer, a bit rougher. And as I say with a lot of things, if you don't use them on a daily basis from Louis, I know a lot of you have been writing me under other videos of Louis. I mentioned that my older Louis pieces, if I don't use them on a regular basis, they just stand there, the plasticizers start evaporating and the surface tends to get stickier. And it does that when you don't use your canvas products. That's what happens. If the more you use them, the less sticky they are. In fact, my 15, I use it all the time. So a lot of you also mentioned in the other video, my unboxing video, that this one looks much better than the other one. And I said, yeah, it does, because I use this one every day. I throw it into every bag I have on the go. There's my hand cream in here, my dental floss, my eye drops, in case I need painkillers. Like, these are the essentials, which I always have. And this little toiletry pouch is so small that it really fits in almost every bag I carry. So this is perfection. And because I use it every day, and I bought the Made in France 26 as well as the Made in France 15 in a very similar time frame, like maybe a couple of months apart, a couple of years ago. They started off the same. They both had the same exact canvas. So actually this video now is turning into also wear and tear, like how these little babies wear with time. So it's not just a comparison between the canvas, the modern day canvas made in Spain and a couple of years old canvas made in France, but it's also about the wear and tear. The more you use these toiletry pouches, the better they get. The canvas just becomes so much more soft and supple, and it gets that kind of shine and patina that that we know from the best examples of Louis canvas. So this one I always use, I always touch it. It's not sticky at all, you know, because it's constantly in use. So whatever plasticizers might evaporate, they're rubbed off on a constant basis. This one sometimes is archived and stays in its dust pouch, which is here. So it has its little dust pouch and it just kind of stays there and waits for me to use it. So this one isn't used as much. And in fact, it's still stiff because I haven't used it as much as the other one. So, and also what I gotta say, it is a bit shinier than the Made in France. And also the grain and the texture. The Made in France is more, that texture that they have on the surface, it's more like pressed in. You see the bumps much more in detail. They come out at you. They're more three-dimensional. On the Made in Spain, it's been flattened out a bit more. So all this kind of bumpy, wanna look like leather. It's not leather, we know. But that texture here on the Made in Spain is a little bit flattened, more flattened out. There's still that grainy texture of leather imitation, but it's flatter. Here, it's very pronounced, very, very pronounced. So let me try to show you Spain, France, a close-up. And I'm gonna try to kind of turn them into the light, like left and right, because I have different spotlights left and right. So you can see this here is Spain, this is France. Look at that texture when it's close up. Now this one has the texture as well, but it's a little bit flatter. And you see how this one is more glossy and shiny? It reflects light more. It's a little bit more bumpy also. So I want to say, you know, in this particular light, you might think that they look almost the same. I see it in real life. This one reflects light less. No, sorry. This one reflects light more than this one. So this is a little bit shinier, the France. Spain is more mattified. Now we're gumming. Holy Grace says, wow, it's actually so different. Yes, Holly, it really is different. But you guys, it's not different because one is better than the other or worse. It's just different because they're made many years apart and in different countries. And also there were different regulations on plasticizers and chemicals. Now, I was also talking to FOXYLV. So thank you so much, Foxy. Another shout out to you, girl. But she said, you know, Dacob, well, the laws have changed. Some of the chemicals that they used to make these plastics are, like, let's say in Europe, not legal anymore, or in some other cases the technology for plastics advances with time. We know that plastics are much different today than there used to be in the 50s and 60s. So there's that as well. And then there's also the other added element of wear and tear, in terms of there has been some complaints, and this is where we get to my sales associate's point. She told me, well, Dacob, the thing is, there have been complaints in the past with the more stiffer canvas for two reasons. Customers didn't like it as stiff on every product, and also in some cases it would crack more easily. So we've made it more malleable, more bendy. Foxy added to that the aspect of certain chemicals not being allowed to be used anymore. My sales associates did not talk about the chemicals. They talked about practicality, comfort, and potential cracking. I then said, because I asked, can I see some more pieces? And then I compared the actual of today toiletry pouch made in Spain. I compared it to their packing boxes, or you know, the flat packet with the zipper all around. And that particular canvas was even softer than this one. And furthermore, monogram canvas. I also asked, can I please also see the flat pouches, the zipper pull with the L-shaped zipper pull, you know, similar to the Poche Document that I have that is now discontinued. Mine still has leather interior. That one also has a very, very hard canvas. But so anyway, they gave me the travel versions of the zip pull document cases, whatever they call them. That canvas is way softer, thinner, and just malleable than this one. So of the three that I've seen, the zipper, the box, the packable boxes, or the box, whatever they're called, box packs, whatever. And I saw them in 3 different sizes. Made in Italy. Those were made in Italy. They were a little bit softer than this. This one is made in Spain. And guess what? The little zipper pull, I call it the little document, but they're still called toiletry flat cases, whatever they are. Those were made in France. Okay, so we have all 3 major, there was no made in USA small leather good that I've seen that day, but comparing the 3, they were 3 different consistencies of canvas, 3 different plasticity of canvas, and 3 different countries of origin. So then I asked, does this have to do with the country of origin? Is the French canvas the softest, and then the Italian middle, and then the Spanish the sturdiest? Because of the 3 modern day versions of canvas that I've seen, this one is the sturdiest. And she said, no, it really depends on the product we're making. Certain bags are going to have a rougher canvas. Other small leather goods are going to have a softer one. Others are going to have a stiffer one. It also depends a lot whether or not we put leather behind the canvas, or if we put textile behind the canvas, or if we put pleather behind the canvas. The packing boxes had a textile material inside, like a brown textile material. For example, the clay, the 6 key and the 4 key pouches, their interior is laid in leather. The exterior is in canvas, so it feels stiffer to the touch just because you have that thick layer of leather on the backside. Here you don't have leather, but it doesn't matter. Still, when we compare the 2, made in France from a couple of years ago, made in Spain of today, they feel very, very different. Now, some of you have been saying, well, older is better. I'm not so sure. Honestly, you guys, I cannot say if it's better or not. It does feel more substantial, the old school canvas, but only time will tell how well this newer, softer canvas is going to hold up with time, the one made in Spain. Still, I repeat, even though this one is softer than the old school version made in France, this one is still thicker than the other two canvases I've seen on other small leather goods. So, or small travel accessories or whatever you want to call them. So it's kind of like, I don't want to say that all across the board, they're just utilizing one type of canvas and it's softer than it used to be. And we can all say, they're cheaping out on us. No, it seems like they're really going for specific intensities, thicknesses, structures, durability of these canvases according to what product they're selling us. In the past, there used to be one canvas and it was the same one for everything. Now they're varying. It's a variety of canvases or canvae. That's not a word. Canvae. The plural of canvas. Canvasi. The canvases. I have the feeling they're putting more effort into it because they're kind of trying to understand, okay, depending on the piece we're selling, let's see what sort of thickness or consistency of canvas we need to use. Now, I repeat, I haven't been buying Louis Vuitton stuff for several years, so I just went back now to get these two. The last thing I bought, I think, was the BUMBAG when it was first released, also monogram canvas. That one is made in France. And that was the first time with the monogram canvas, 2018 or 2019, I think 2018, I purchased the BUMBAG. That was the first time I experienced a very soft canvas. Made in France, same softness of canvas like the made in France zipper pull flat document case that I've seen just a couple of days ago in the Louis Vuitton in the Louis Vuitton boutique. So and now I have two examples of French canvases, you know what I mean? One on a relative, I mean, it's not a big bag. You know how the BUMBAG, it's like this size. It's not this huge bag, but it has a lot of folds on it. So I thought to myself, maybe the canvas has to be softer because if it were this stiff, like the made in France canvas from a couple of years ago, with the folds that the BUMBAG has, it might crack with time. But you never know, because I thought to myself, well, will this one be durable with time? I don't know. So I spoke to my sales associate and I said, hey, I have experience with toiletry pouches. I really love them to bits. These are the pieces I would keep buying from. These and the wallets. I love my little zippy wallet from Louis. I've had it 10 years now. It's just, and I also, just like this little baby, I throw it into every bag and it's indestructible virtually. So I told him, I really use these pieces. I love them. I don't baby them. I just really, really love these pieces. So what are you telling me? Like, what happens because I'm not used to this consistency? Is the quality good? Because I have the old school version of the canvas, and my sales associate said, don't worry, Dacob. If anything happens to your bag, it's not going to happen. But in case something happens, or in case you fear that something might be, if you think that there's potential for cracking or whatever, just bring it back and we can look at it, and we have special treatments that we could do to it. They didn't really want to tell me what, but they said that at any time I could bring back the bag or the toiletry pouch, and they could either, I don't know what sort of chemicals they use to freshen them up, but they said just in case you feel like it's hardening, but they also told me, which it's not going to, because these newer plastics are more durable. Now, this is all theory. Why am I saying this? Because they've been relatively newly introduced to us. So it's not like we have experience with them. It's not like we can say now, oh yeah, sure, this type of plastic, yeah, we have experience. It's been out for 20 years already. We know how it reacts after 20 years. We don't know. It hasn't been out for 20 years yet. So this is kind of like a speculation. Scientists who develop these plastics have a certain theory on how durable they are, how they can resist time and space and what have you, humidity or dryness. But we as consumers, we don't know. So I'm going to definitely keep you updated after, you know, on a regular in a regular time span, how these hold up to with time. I can tell you this one is holding up pretty well. However, I don't use it as much as the 15. So my Made in France 26 and my 15 Made in France, it became much softer with time. So I'm thinking I should have used this one more just to keep it more fresh. It almost feels like it's stiffened up a little bit because I haven't used it often. So it's kind of drying up a little, you know? But I don't know. I might take it to the Louis Vuitton boutique and ask them, hey guys, do you think this is becoming a little bit too stiff? Let's see if they know what to do, if they put some special material on it. But if I start using it more, I might probably soften it up as well. How will these guys look, the Made in Spain guys, after a couple of years of me using them intensely? Will they look more beautiful with time, or are they gonna get busted? We do not know. Let me read your comments. Holy Grace says, yes, different technical procedures will have much more production costs. Yeah, Holy Grace, I think so too. That's why I think we're very quick to judge the second that we see, you know, human beings don't like change. We just don't. We are creatures of habit. So when we see change, we immediately think it's for the worse. In many cases it is. I'm not saying it's always for the best, but I have seen a variety of monogram canvases these days, and in the boutique, in the Louis Vuitton boutique, and I'm like, geez, okay, you guys have a plethora of different types of canvases. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing right now, as I'm filming, my Louis Adilettes, or whatever you want to call them. And these little guys, this canvas, I also got these in 2018. Also completely different to this canvas, you know? Oh, thank you for becoming a patron, Blingless David. Thank you so much. Wait, let me take the shoe away. And send you a little heart. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, yeah, you can see this is also... Oh, thank you for subscribing, Yana. This canvas is much different to this one, and it's different to this one. So it's like they are investing money. It's not like they're just cheap. Like if they're choosing different canvases for different products, that is more money for them as well. Just to be very clear on that, it doesn't make things cheaper. It just feels like more thought is being put into, because it makes sense to me, you guys. You can't have the same canvas on every product because products are used in different ways. So it would make sense for me, if you're really looking into the nitty-gritty details, you would want to have slight variations in the texture and consistency of the canvas according to the, you know, I don't want extremely flexible canvas on the classic Louis Vuitton suitcases, the hard suitcases. Those, you know, you're expecting something extra robust. But then they also have wood in them and metal and all that other stuff. It's a whole different product. But because it's a different product, it doesn't have to have the same canvas as the softest pouch. You know what I mean? Holy Grace says, I love those slides. Yeah, they're great, but they kill your feet if you walk in them. So I found the perfect way of using them. I use them in the fashion bunker where I don't have to walk long distances. But you can use them if you're wearing socks. But barefoot, they cut your skin open. I've reviewed them, by the way. After I purchased them, I reviewed them on my channel, so you could check that video out as well. So Stephanie says, oh, where, oh, wait, okay. If you acquire a beautiful object, you must take care of it, exercise it, groom it, nourish it, says Leslie. Yeah, that's exactly the point. Especially with plastics. And this also, you guys, this is also a conversation that is to be had about sneakers. Most of the people, the sneakerheads, collecting sneakers from the 70s, 80s. If you don't wear a sneaker, now plastics have become more evolved. There's better quality plastics today than there used to be in the past, okay? But the old school plastics and rubbers utilized for sneakers, for the soles of sneakers, for people who collected sneakers in the 80s, never wore them, just kept them in a box. The soles of those sneakers disintegrated, literally turned to dust because the plasticizers all evaporated, the glues detached, so the sneaker they just evaporate. Now the quality is better, but here's the twist. The people who actually wore their sneakers in the 80s, didn't just preserve them as collector's pieces and wore them. Those sneakers lived a longer life than the sneakers that were not worn. Paradox, huh? So I think a similar rule should apply to canvas, because I'm noticing if you really never use your canvas and you just store it, it can get sticky. Why? Because the plasticizers with time evaporate. It's a normal procedure. It's a normal lifespan of a plastic. So if you use them and rub them all the time, the little bit by bit, the plasticizers do evaporize, but they get rubbed off because you're always using and touching it. But if you don't use it and touch it, they're going to sedimentate and accumulate on the surface as they're evaporating. They're going to create a little film, you know, a little patina on top. Just my 5 cents on this, because I have been dabbling with, you know, with Louis since a couple of years now. And I'm just sharing with you my experiences. Stephanie says, if you rub them all the time, this is a mood too. Well, of course, we love to rub a little from time to time. Oh my God. What are we talking about here, you guys? Richard says, different construction for different countries for the same product is sloppy, not luxury. I have not, wait, Richard, I have not seen the same product with different canvas. Now, you're going to say, wait a minute, Dacob, you're just showing me the same product with different canvas. Yes, Richard, I am. But what I'm telling you is they don't make this canvas anymore. This one has been discontinued. This canvas from the Made in France pouch, toiletry pouch, from a couple of years ago is no longer in production. They have advanced since then, meaning this is how they used to be made, not anymore. Today they're made like this Made in Spain softer version. That means it's not like today you're going to find the Made in France toiletry pouch made today a different canvas than the canvas used for the toiletry pouch made in Spain. Now they're going to, so they say, now they're going to be aligned. It's going to be the same canvas used for the toiletry pouch no matter which country it's made in. However, at the same time, I was told that for now, they're only making them in Spain. So it's not like you have even this opportunity to find this one made in France, because they don't do it at the moment in France. Hence, back to the conversation we had earlier about the discontinuation of the toiletry pouches. So I'm just comparing an older, this one is not old. I mean, what year is this from? Let me see my stamp. So this is a DU2124. I got it in 2014. Okay, this one has a couple of years on its back. I didn't know I got it that long ago. So 2014, huh? Let me see. And the new one? Yeah, this one is from 21. This one was just manufactured now. So you see what I mean? I mean, we're talking 7 years. There's 7 years difference between these two. You guys, that's a long time. And also what I've noticed interesting is now they have a gold stamp inside. The date stamp is in gold. It's pressed in and it's gold. In the past, it was just pressed in, just cut into it, you know, without color. Oh God, I love this bag. Let me see the 19. Is this also 21? Yeah, this one is 21, but this one is not in gold. This one is just pressed in. Bizarre. So I'm telling you, it's not that they're making these pouches now in the same pouch, different materials made in 21. The ones made in 21 should all be made in the same canvas, bottom line. Diego Gold says, I add lotion to the dry canvas and it lasts longer. I'm a bit scared and hesitant because I don't know, because lotions have chemicals in them as well. Do these chemicals go well with with this particular type of plastic or not? I mean, if your sales associate at Louis says go for it, then I would go for it, you know? Holy Grace. The canvas storage by day, defying time and space by night. Yes. Mo Hart says, I repair designer items for a living and see this all the time. Wait, I can't state this enough. Okay, Mo Hart says, I can't state this enough. Don't let anything containing alcohol spill or spray on the lining. The liner is rubber coated fabric. Alcohol slowly breaks down the rubber and it begins to peel. I repair designer items for a living and see this all the time. Thank you, Mo, for the tip. Jane Davenport says, oh, Mo, a call-in with tips from a repairer with Dacob for luxury items would be great. That's a great idea, Mo. We should do a call if you want sometime in the live stream and talk about how to keep our beautiful pieces alive as long as possible. Dacob, I could listen to you all day, Danielle. So thank you so much, Danielle. While we're at it, let me just also compare the size. I know they're both size 26, but just to see, as I said, one is from 2014, one is from 2021. What are we talking about here? Like, how interesting. It almost feels like the 26 from Made in France because it has hardened a little in 7 years. It shrunk a little. Obviously, why does it shrink? Because it's less plasticky. It's less malleable. With time, it dries out. So it kind of, we also shrink. The older you get, the smaller you get. So it did shrink a little. You could see. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but. So, wait, what is what now, guys? Yeah, Spain. Okay, Spain and France. So France is a little, you can see here, look, it's a little bit smaller. Also at the bottom, look at the bottom, it's all this, the 26 France, that's 6 years old, tiny bit smaller. Let me measure. You know how they always, the length, they never really get the length, like it's not, you know, they say 26, but is it 26? Let's see. So, okay. So the made in Spain is in reality, you know, they're always off by centimeter. And I know this for a fact, always from this. So it is around 25 and a half, not 26. And that was the made in Spain. And the made in France is right under 25. It's like 24.9 because this one shrunk a little. The 19, why they call it, yeah, it's almost 19. It's 18. I mean, depending how you if you stretch it. No, it's 18.7. 18.7 or 18.5. And the 15, now they should just call it whatever. They approximate always a little, but that's fine. So yeah, it's 14 and a half. It's 14 and a half instead of 15. The trickery and the sorcery of it all. But we know this from Louis. This is nothing that surprises me. Now, another thing that I got with these two toiletry pouches. So look forward to, if you love Louis Vuitton, be sure to check out the upcoming reviews of Louis Vuitton perfumes. I got samples of Cactus Garden and Sun Song. Let me zoom that in quickly. So here's a little cliffhanger for all of you who love, oh, I cannot zoom it in right now, but for all of you who love Louis Vuitton fragrances, be sure to check out my review of Cactus Garden and Sun Song coming to my perfume YouTube channel called Essentially Dacob. Essence minus T-I-A-L-L-Y, like Essence Tiali, like essentially, that's a little word game. Essentially Dacob. Go check out my perfume channel where you will see a lot of Louis Vuitton perfume reviews as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, before I end it, the Riri93 says, I have a monogram Neverfull made in France and a monogram Montaigne bag. The Montaigne is made in Spain and the canvas is so much more thicker. I much prefer that. Are they both made in the same year though? Cami Q says, I have a Made in Spain Toiletry 15 from 2019-2020. I have really enjoyed it thus far. Me too. I'm living for these little babies. They're really cool. And again, for luxury world standards, you could still buy them. They're sure for normal standards of everyday living and paying rent and stuff, they're way overpriced. Way overpriced. For luxury standards, they are literally beginner price range for all of these brands, but they are such iconic objects at the same time. The iconic aspect of these pouches, for me, justifies the price. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh, Kevin says, when they say made in, they are just referring to the assembly or the production of parts like canvas, leather, hardware, etc. That is also true. We know for a fact, that Louis has in Romania a big factory for their shoes, and they just kind of do them there. Then they ship them off to Italy, and they just do the final touch-ups in Italy, and then they call the shoe made in Italy. All of these brands do that. We are very well aware of that. But so the canvas might be made in India, in China, who knows where. Then it gets shipped off to Spain, and then it gets assembled in Spain. So you can say it's made in Spain. Yes. Yes. Yes, we know that. They do not disclose where they get their canvas from. So we don't really know. Is this canvas produced in Europe or not? It's a leap of faith, because they don't want to tell us. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye. Mwah.